shooter on campus. What we're trying to work through at this point is to figure out exactly where this happened on campus, the motive of the shooter, but quite frankly, we don't have answers to all of these questions yet. We're continuing to follow some of our different news wires that are continuing to come into our newsroom, and from different local reports we're now getting, including one newspaper from Oregon, the suspect is down. We have also heard of a code 4 being announced by emergency personnel, and it's our understanding that that means emergency personnel are setting up a triage area in the campus area as well to handle those injured or perhaps worse. But at this point, we're still trying to figure out exactly what happened just a little bit over 40 minutes ago. We're going to join our coverage on the Fox News channel. Shepard Smith is doing some breaking news coverage, just got some information. Let's go ahead and listen to Shep.
Reports. Most of what we're getting is from scanner traffic. And here's a reason we believe this is not a large police force. It's a small town with a small police force, a small fire department. And the reports that we're getting are from the Oregon State Police, who, if they're on scene, are on scene in very small numbers and are citing local reports. So we're quoting agencies which are quoting local reports. But McCrae Kettleman is on the line with us, a 17-year-old student in educational building, hiding in a room in the back of the building. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Do you feel like you're safe, and what do you know?
I feel like I'm pretty safe. Some of the people here are pretty panicked, and someone's got it held down pretty good. We don't know anything yet except for that supposedly there were 2 shooters and only one of them is in custody, so we're a little bit worried still.
Well, now, I understand that that's something you would hear, and normally that's the sort of thing that information that authorities would get to us quickly, and in fact, they're telling us the opposite. You do what you're being told on scene, but every bit of good information that we have is that the only shooter in this case is down. Did you hear shots or not much of anything?
No, that's the thing that was surprising to everybody. We didn't hear anything at all. So supposedly they're professional or they have suppressors or something illegal.
Well, they what?
Nobody here heard anything, so we're supposing that they have some kind of silenced weapon or something like that.
Well, I'll show our viewers why you might suggest such a thing, and that is because this campus, frankly, is quite small. This is the Science Building, number 13. These are parking lots around the outside. You can see the Aquatic and Tennis Center up there at the top. But this is the spot where, according to authorities, all of this began. I would assume classes are underway. 10:43 a.m. local time this began, so just under an hour ago, right?
Yeah, classes were at the beginning, and then we were all rushed into the room, and nobody's heard anything since.
Campus, about 3,000 kids, is that about right?
I think so.
But no one's come to you to say, do anything in particular, you're just sort of sheltering in place.
Yeah, we're all hiding in a room. We haven't heard anything from anybody on the outside except for cell phone texts and such.
Certainly wish you the best. Ray Kettleman, or Kittleman, I should say, with a 17-year-old student there on campus. In the early going, I was mentioning it's going to be difficult to get anything in particular because the authorities are so busy doing what they have to do on scene. It's not as if these small police forces have a gaggle of community service folks and media relations people to get out and tell us what's wrong. But in the early going, the sources that we trust indicate there are a number of people who've been shot and killed and a number of other people who need medical attention on this campus. By now, normally we would have aerial pictures or something from the ground. This is just so far from many pockets.
That's Shepard Smith on the Fox News channel giving us a quick update on what we understand is a breaking news situation happening in Roseburg, Oregon at Umpqua Community College, a college of several thousand students, where earlier today an active shooter was reported on campus. We are getting conflicting numbers of those perhaps injured or those dead. And because of the conflicting numbers, I hesitate to report at this time, but the numbers are rising as we're getting more reports in. It'll be paramount over the next hour, the next several hours, that we get the most reliable information from the law enforcement that is responding at the scene at this time. This community, Roseburg, Oregon, is 180 miles south of Portland. Again, a community college town, and the big question why this would happen is a question we don't have answers to at this very moment. But it's a story we're going to be watching, continuing here on the Fox News channel. You can stay close to your local channel as well for more breaking information. But right now, the Umpqua Community College in Roseburg, Oregon, 180 miles south of Portland, continues to be on lockdown. We do understand by local law enforcement that the shooter, the alleged shooter in all of this, is no longer an issue. What that means, we don't know. We don't know if that means law enforcement was able to arrest the individual. We don't know if the individual has survived. So these are some questions that we're going to continue to work through as the next several hours continue. But the big news of the day, an active shooter at Oregon Community College, reports of multiple deaths, multiple injuries, and these are numbers we're going to work to firm up over the next several hours here on the Fox News Channel and on this local network. I'm Jenna Lee in New York.